This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 839. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. I'm here. Thank you for covering last week. Radio Free Cybertron's the original Transformers podcast, one of the world's oldest podcasts, and, you know, the oldest toy and action figure podcast in existence. And all I got was this shirt. That was...
Yeah, I mean, in one sense, I kind of hate that for us.
Yeah, you know what? It's something.
If you just think of how old that makes us.
Yeah, it's something to put like on your Twitter handle if you have Twitter or Threads or something. Brian Kilby, Diecast, Chris, Matt's also here.
Yep,
Matt,
I am here.
How long until your birthday?
Not quite 2 months.
It's Diecast's birthday. This month. Diecast, how long to your birthday?
10 days.
Okay, I thought it was this week. Okay, Don.
10 days.
You're okay. Well, never mind.
tfradio.net/diecast list.
Don, Rob, and I, we're all passed. And Chris, I don't remember your birthday either. Sorry.
January.
I don't remember my own sibling's birthday. I have no idea what my brother's birthdays are. I just don't remember that.
I always remember my siblings' birthdays, and a month after they happen.
Yeah.
I'm the family calendar. I remember the things, or I used to, but then my brain broke.
Yeah, my brain is busy holding like useless Transformers stuff in it. So let's talk about that. Hey, I was out last week, so I got a pretty decent haul. I don't know if I want to go first or last this week.
Well, we have like 45 minutes to figure that out.
I'll be thinking about that exclusively as we talk through the news. So Spencer Wild in our Discord, our pal Richard Mistron, also Vice Grip X, got replacement Victory Sabers this past week. Spencer's came with a broken or missing antenna. Looks like it's otherwise good.
I forget how that was working. Did you have to previously send back your Star Saber to get a replacement?
Well, now I know Spencer at least got allowed to keep the one he had so that he could, inspect the new one before sending back the old one. I don't know how widespread that ended up being.
Yeah,
you had the option to hold on to it for a certain amount of time, or you could ship it back right away.
The most recent email that I got regarding this, it was being presented very much as, we will send you a shipping label, you send it back to us, and we will send you your replacement out then. So
yeah, I would rather hold on to it just in case it is like missing parts.
Yeah.
I do not give up my hostages until you hand me the package. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine's fine, so I don't have a reason to replace it.
Mine was good too.
I just feel like Spencer's, missing antenna situation here is not boding all that well for the overall QC level of the second run.
Yeah. And that's
my concern.
That's like mine. The Chrome wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad enough to where I wanted to complain and risk getting something worse. So,
well, hopefully once they start getting the old ones back, maybe they will have some way of scavenging them for parts in case something is wrong with the new batch.
It's like a BotCon knitting club, basically.
Yes.
I hope so.
It loses a little something though without shoot, I can't remember
being at the table and just digging through parts.
The custom class guy. What was his name?
Lenny?
Custom class guy?
Not Lenny.
No, I don't. No, Lenny was one of the other. But he would always be sitting at the information desk at BotCon with the whole bin of spare exclusives behind him for the people that got defective sets to come and get their stuff fixed up. The Victory Saber thing. Sean Tespin, was that his name?
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know Sean did that. I never did.
Well, I mean, a couple of years running, I saw him in that role. Which kind of makes sense if he was also the custom class guy too. He probably had the experience for that. But like the Victory Saber thing kind of loses part of that whole BotCon experience by not having, one dude sitting at a counter with a big bin of parts behind him. Like, yeah, bring it over. Let's see what we can, patch up on there for you.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have a replacement on the way, start expecting it.
Good
Yeah, I
luck.
mean, hopefully. I have not heard back anything from Hasbro since they asked for me to confirm my shipping address. Like, either way to send a label or to confirm, like, yep, it's on the way.
Let's see here. So next week, and because of this, I think we're going to do the show on Thursday instead of Wednesday. We'll have a Transformers toy reveal panel at San Diego Comic-Con. There's also going to be a breakfast, which we were invited to, but nobody's going, so we're going to miss out on that. But
Yeah.
But thank you for inviting us. We always
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
that.
Yeah.
Sadly, none of us live on the West Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or travel really that much, except for Diecast. Who travels
Yeah.
a lot. Why couldn't you get why couldn't you work in San Diego that week?
Yeah.
It's actually the one area where we have another person like me. So
Just
I
like
don't
you,
get
or
same
they
role
have a
as
goatee
me.
or something, or they like your
Much older than me. And
Diecast
probably
West Coast.
wiser too.
Oh, it's the diecast from the previous time loop. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
their Diecast Arcly.
So, what we do know from this toy reveal panel, based on the copy here, like
Commander
we're going to
class.
have, the first Studio Series Commander class, which is like
Ultra
99%
Magnus.
certain to be Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Also, more Generations exclusive reveal. So probably this is going to be our first look at the Amazon Nova Prime.
Cool.
I'm excited for that one.
I'm curious to see how that's going to. Well, actually, both of those things we talked about. I'm curious to see how the execution is going to be on those.
Oh, yeah.
I assume
like-
a Commander class Ultra Magnus is going to skip the cab robot stage because that was never part of the cartoon.
I would think so.
Yeah.
A Commander class, they might squeeze it in, just as an Easter egg.
I don't know. Masterpiece didn't.
Right.
Well, that's true.
I feel like they might skip the cab robot in favor of having like a very screen accurate, like especially in the robot proportions, robot mode, but also have the vehicle mode, like have the right, open nature for the trailer and the be able to actually put like deluxe cars on the decks.
Yeah.
Even the Earthrise one can't, or not Earthrise, the Kingdom one can't really do that.
Mm.
Also, we keep hearing rumors of the next Transformers HasLab. Do you think this would be a good time to announce that?
I think it's
I
a
know
little
it's not
early.
listed, but
I think it's early.
Well,
it's too early.
So I think generally around this time they announce a Marvel one, and then towards the end of the Marvel's funding, they announce the Transformers one.
yeah, I mean, we have 5 days left on the Dragonfly, so it's time to get something else out there.
crazy
I would
legs.
I would expect the Transformers one to debut around October, based on previous patterns.
And end of August, beginning of September, I would say.
Yeah, because it seems like
forgot
if you
With funding ending around October.
announce something now with Nemesis having just come out, it seems like to me you'd be kind of like taking hype away from Nemesis. Like, oh, I really want that figure. I'm probably going to get it. Then all of a sudden you announce the next thing,
They're
and
all,
you're pulling hype.
That's how they've done it before.
they're always cannibalizing their market share.
Well, and like the Nemesis hype was when the pre-orders came out. Like that's when they're
Yeah.
counting that.
Yeah.
At this point, anybody who is going to get it immediately has done so already, and everybody else that's left is waiting for discounts anyway. So it's not taking away from anything to announce a HasLab.
I canceled my pre-order. I'm like, I'm going to wait until it's at Ollie's, or I can get it.
Or
on Amazon.
$130 on Amazon,
Yeah.
tfradio.net/Amazon.
Yeah, I don't think any have shown up at Ollie since Omega Supreme.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I think
no,
we
yeah.
found other outlets for that.
Did Omega actually show up at Ollie's?
No, not Omega.
I think Predaking was the last one, wasn't it?
Predaking's last I saw.
I didn't remember Predaking showing up there. The last one I remember there
Small
was
batch.
Trypticon. Okay.
Trypticon, there were tons of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of Trypticon.
Yeah. Trypticon.
Thank
was
you
the
again,
most
Matt, for
widespread.
getting one for me.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Man, Dragonfly. I canceled some pre-orders to prioritize Dragonfly because I just don't want to spend all the money that I've been spending. Like going back to like October, November, when like $1,500 in pre-orders hit, like around that same time. Like I'm just not going to do that.
That's what's happening right now with Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
If you're collecting both,
I'm going to talk about what we got this week, what actually came, but I canceled everything else. I'll just wait.
How is the Dragonfly doing now? Have they unlocked the second tier? I saw they announced the third.
Yeah, I think they went through 2, and that's when they announced 3.
Yeah,
no,
they announced
Glenda's
the
not
they
unlocked
announced
yet.
Okay, they announced the third one to try to get more people to pre-order and unlock the second one.
Yeah,
but a lot of people thought it was going to be General Hawk, and it ended up being Crazy Legs.
And it's the Night Force Crazy Legs and not the good deco.
Well, it goes with the first unlock, which was also a Night Force figure. I think.
Yeah, but like Crazy Legs has this iconic deco, and if they're not going to release that again because it's a HasLab, which they do reserve the right, per their FAQ, to release like versions of toys potentially later, but they haven't yet. So if we're only getting one deco of Crazy Legs, it needs to be the original version.
I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think the Night Force deco will be what's tied to the HasLab, and you'll get regular Crazy Legs.
Well,
Brian,
that's if they do a Crazy Legs, because again, they have yet to redo a HasLab toy as a retail run. Go ahead, Don.
Sorry. A few of the people I follow on Twitter have said that, and these are the people that are Hasbro affiliates and stuff, that Crazy Legs will be getting the regular deco in mainline.
Nobody has actually said that. Who knows what they're talking about?
Okay, well, I'm saying that's just what I've seen. I haven't had a chance to do a deep.
People are saying it, but they're speculating.
If they were only going to do one deco, it wouldn't be the specialized Night Force one.
Yeah, unless Hasbro says it, and it might happen. I'm not saying it's certainly not, but I'm leaning toward it not.
They will wait to do any new deco options on HasLab originated classified figures or whatever until further down the road. Like they're going to make there be separation between the HasLab campaign and the retail release of a different variant, just to make sure that there's not that overrun.
So what you need to do, Brian, is go order a couple more Dragonflies so you get extra Crazy Legs, and then have somebody customize those for you, and you can sell those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm on Pulse right now, checking on my pre-orders. There's 15,788 backers with 5 days, 3 hours, and 16 minutes.
It will get Glenda. She'll hit.
They always have jumps towards the end of the funding because people wait for some reason that I'd never understand.
It's iffy on Crazy Legs whether it would have to be a pretty big jump, but it could happen. I mean, we got a big jump on Unicron. It's just the wrong Crazy Legs deco. I'm sorry.
Well, Unicron also needed to be extended at least
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like at the very end, it blew up.
Which is why Primus is not going to be the next HasLab.
Primus
is never going to be a HasLab.
Nobody wants Primus.
I really strongly feel that the next HasLab, like a strong possibility that is going to be Autobot City Metroplex.
Devastator.
I would say Metroplex. I don't think they would try and make it Autobot City.
I think they would try.
Yeah, they would try.
I think it would come out take they tried.
A Studio Series 86 Metroplex?
That's essentially what it would be.
I think that's more likely than Devastator, but I think Devastator's on the list.
Oh, Devastator is in the movie, so there will be a Studio Series figure of him somewhere, and they're not going to sell that box set at retail. It'll be HasLab.
Well, I mean, they can do like the Dinobots with it and just spread it out over 3 years.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the other Devastator, the movie Devastator, they did.
Nobody wants that.
They spread it out. And then they did a box set after that.
Yep. Okay, so speaking of movie, retro reissue Skywarp and Shrapnel. We have stock photos of those. Shrapnel's $30 instead of $5
less. And I think this is our first look at any of the retro Insecticons in plastic. So, like, here's the pattern that we're working from. There's no chrome. The chest window, cockpit hatch, whatever, is fully opaque yellow. It actually looks pretty good, if a little weird without the chrome.
Yeah.
I kind of like the purple on the arms, though. It it pops against
Yeah.
the black of the body.
Yeah, it is a more saturated purple than the original Insecticons. Now that you
Yeah.
mention it,
It's not bad. It's different. It's very
I don't
very
like it.
different looking.
I don't like it.
I'm okay with it. I think it's funny that for the two Decepticon symbols to be so close together for the two modes. That's just kind of funny.
I mean, well, I remember you said that, Rob. We'll talk about that later on.
Okay.
So just remember.
Yeah, I mean, Skywarp looks fine as we'd expect, and like I like the direction they're going with the Insecticons. Like Diecast says, they pop. The cartoon adaptation actually I think works pretty well on this. And like somebody in our Discord was saying earlier, tfradio.net/Discord, the real interesting thing is going to be when we see the bombshell that is part of this lineup, since that's a very distinct deco from what the original bombshell toy was.
Yeah. Just some Kickback is one of my favorite toys. One of my first Transformers ever. This is just so off that I find it kind of off-putting. Maybe in hand I like it better, but as a photo it just does not work for me.
Now, speaking of, do you think that Skywarp's purple parts are really going to be this blue, or do you think they'll run maybe a little bit more purple out of photography?
Hopefully the latter.
Yeah, he's purple in the cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and
he is grape.
Yes.
Yeah. So I do kind of like the look of that. So just, Skywarp always had a good color scheme going on. I would not mind getting that. And boy, everybody comes to the Megatron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get a Megatron, you get a Megatron, and you get a Megatron.
Yeah.
Guns for days.
Yes.
There you go. That's kind of the show title. We'll see if it holds. Okay. 2 new repaints for Masterpiece.
I'm glad these came up again so soon because I want your opinion on record, especially for the first one of these. Since you weren't here last week.
Oh, did MP-44S come up last week? I don't remember.
It did.
Okay.
From like catalog leaks.
It's not different enough to where I feel like I need it. And I already have 2 versions of that mold. And thank you guys for last week for doing the theft when Don was talking about the one that he stole.
That was me.
Thank you. Yeah, that was great.
Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to point it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love the yellow eyes, but it doesn't work for me.
So, we were talking about this in the Discord after the pictures came out, as we do. We talk about everything in our Discord. Come join us and talk about it with us, tfradio.net/Discord. The yellow eyes are weird on this because it is such a cartoon head, but it's not just the shape of the head and the eyes. The problem is on the G1 toy, Optimus Prime does not have a silver face. He has a silver face plate over his mouth.
Yes.
The face of the toy is dark blue, just like the helmet.
Uh-huh.
I did a quick Photoshop over the main cartoon head on MP-44S and like make that blue behind those eyes, and that reads a lot better. It's still not right because it's a cartoon shape and not a toy shape, but like just that one little change helps it a lot. There is the alternate head in this, which MP-44 already had. It's the season 1 variant head, which is a little more rounded and toy-like with narrower eyes. I think it'd be even better with that one because it is closer to the original toy. But like, yeah, just the big yellow eyes on a gray face reads really, really weird on this for me, and it doesn't really it takes something away from the concept.
Yeah, of the 3 Masterpiece Optimus Primes we have the mold, this is the weakest one, and they're still trying to get their money out of it. And
and out of us,
and I wish they would stop. I really wish they would stop. It looks great. It looks great in robot mode, but it's a pain in the butt to transform. And I worried I was going to break it. And it's basically it's Masterpiece jumping the shark. I think I'm not a big fan of the mold, but it looks great.
Did I remember to mention out loud last week that I feel like the chest windows should be either smoke or amber colored to match the original toy instead of blue?
I do not think you did, but that's also a good point.
Yeah, just like it's not quite there. It's,
Yeah.
It was blue what? New Year's Convoy. It was blue
yeah. That was
in
yeah.
Action Master.
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. But the original toy, of course, had like I think either like gray or yellow plastic, depending on what version you got.
And like if you want to get technical about Power Master, also had blue chest
Yeah.
windows, but those weren't the
Ah,
actual
yeah.
truck
Stickers.
windows.
If they wanted to do one of these with blue chest windows and red eyes, that would be, to be Power Master Optimus Prime.
I don't want it- I
still
don't-
wouldn't
that'd be-
buy it, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting and weird.
Mhm.
It would make as much sense as doing the Uber Sunbow Masterpiece Optimus Prime in Toy Deco does anyway. So why
Yeah.
not?
Modify it and give it a Haikyuu or a Jinrai.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that.
I don't.
Yeah, that those eyes just really don't work. You know,
It's
I like
a
the
good
eyes.
idea.
I like the eyes. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not like the toy.
I
Yeah.
don't like that. A lot of the detail on it are stickers. Because in some pictures he doesn't have it, so they're definitely
It's
stickers and
it's
not
supposed to invoke the
tampos.
toy. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know, but on a masterpiece, I expect tampos and not stickers that are gonna probably
Sometimes
get
stickers look right.
damaged. So
Yeah.
I'm not on that fence. Stickers never look right. It's always better as a tampo to me.
There are times that I feel like stickers look okay, but also they have to be really good quality stickers, A, and B, with something with this many moving parts, they're probably going to get scraped, like you said.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think it looks great. I would buy if the stickers were tampos and the eyes weren't glaringly yellow.
They have to
I
be yellow
would-
to be toy, though. That's the problem.
I know. I would
Yeah.
buy this because I think it looks interesting with the extra details.
I think the place on a masterpiece like this where stickers would be appropriate versus tampos would be if this had the trailer and you have the combat deck stickers on the inside and the big Optimus sticker on the
Yeah.
outside of it. Like that's
Mhm.
what feels right to me for that, not so much like on the robot itself. Sorry,
You know
Brian,
what,
go ahead.
You know what deco I would buy this in that they will never make because it's not an official toy? The Korean
America?
G2 Optimus Prime.
Oh.
Like Don, do you have that? Is the Korean G2 knockoff bigger than MP-44?
I never bought that.
Okay.
I believe
I
heard
saw
that
ton-
it is.
I think it's
I
right
saw
around.
I saw tons of them at BotCon,
Yeah.
but it's like there was more important stuff to buy at the time.
I think it's about the same size, maybe a little smaller, but I might buy it in that.
What if they painted this one like the Ghostbusters MP10?
Mm-mm. Yeah, don't care.
What if they remolded this to be Dark Awakening?
They're not.
Yes. I will buy anything Dark Awakening.
Oh, it's very possible, Chris. You might see some kind of third-party upgrade kit.
Okay, but it's not the same thing.
I know.
Like,
I'm
yeah.
Is
just.
that really
I'm
an
just.
upgrade though? Can you do it with a
It's
soldering
like-
iron and
it's
like
like-
sandpaper?
It's a lateral digivolution. That's what it is. It's just sort
a
of
slide
lateral.
evolution.
A slide evolution thing.
Even third parties haven't touched that figure yet. Like someone needs to do it. I want to give someone money.
The
Yeah.
third parties might be reluctant to do anything MP44 related just because of the high startup investment somebody would have to make
Oh,
to
Just the
own
design,
yeah.
but the
MP44.
design.
Plus,
Yeah.
they've all made their own Masterpiece Optimus Primes anyway. So,
But I'm looking at
Yeah.
Transform Element, Master or Magic Square, all those that have done a Prime, do it in, do a Dark Awakening Prime, please. It's all I want for Christmas.
All you want for Christmas is Dead Zombie Prime.
Yes.
So the other masterpiece, while
Uh,
we're here,
This is what I want to hear Matt's thoughts on.
You buying
Again?
we heard my thoughts on it last week.
yeah,
Well, these are better pictures than what we saw last week.
True.
So.
Has this changed your thoughts, Matt?
I mean, I haven't seen the pictures we're talking about, and I can't seem to pull them up on my iPad. So I don't really have any thoughts.
It looks nice.
Yeah, I can't get the website to the Takara website to have a secure connection for me, so I can't open them either.
that's weird.
Yeah,
I think it
Yeah.
looks better this way. Honestly, I think.
I mean, I'm not crazy about it being a Decepticon. I really wish they would stop applying factions to the Diaclone things and just
Yeah.
leave them be Diaclone. But yeah, it's not the end of the world. I will buy it.
I would like the Generations version now, please.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would buy that too. Hint,
Yeah.
hint.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So-
give me Generations Rigorous, give me Generations Reboost, give me
Yes, they have official names, so
yeah.
Yeah.
have at it, design teams.
Because
Yeah.
we've got the blue and the red. We got red lift ticket. I'm just thinking Diaclones in general.
Yeah.
Blue.
Blue Trailbreaker.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't see them not. They made a set of two dying Autobots. We've got a possible another set of that coming out next year. I got a feeling they're going to do this.
We already have a dead
Yes.
Optimus Prime. We've had that for years.
I love the vehicle mode.
Yeah, that is spiffy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It does.
I'm almost tempted to get this, even though I've got the Ocular Max version they did a couple of years ago for TFCon, because that does look really good. But I'm gonna hold out for a color that I don't have.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't want to own this, but it sure is nice to look at.
Yeah.
I'm down to pretty much just buying the Diaclone masterpieces at this point.
Okay.
So,
And like, I kind of dig that they made another new Decepticon character, and apparently this is a Decepticon medic also, which is another like underrepresented kind of function in Decepticons overall.
Hey Chris,
Like, I'm on board with the fiction behind this.
Hey Chris, can you run things for a second while my kid is above my head stomping loudly and I mute?
Ah, good times. Yeah, go ahead and go take your business. So MP-44S is going to be 30,000 yen, and Rigorous is going to be 22,000 yen. So it doesn't feel like we're saving all that much on MP-44 with the trailer being omitted. I guess this is about the same price that Nemesis Prime was, but like, it feels like a lot for not a ton, don't you think?
I wasn't expecting that much out of the Trailbreaker mold. As a matter of fact, I might have to wait for that one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how much did Trailbreaker run when it came out?
I don't know. I didn't buy him.
Oh, well, that's okay. That's very fair. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head what that actually was.
I
think it was probably not too different from that though.
It was Trailbreaker went up for about 160 to 180, but I've seen them as low as 135 or 40 on sale.
Wait, it was that much?
Masterpieces are getting stupid expensive.
Yeah, Masterpiece Trailbreaker was about when I looked at them, because I was getting fans toys Outrider, it was about 150 to 180 at most places.
It costs a lot of money to make something that unpleasant to transform.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting way of looking at it, but it's pretty correct.
Yeah, because with it looking, because I didn't get that one because there's too much hoist in that Trailbreaker, and that's not the Trailbreaker I wanted to get.
MRP 73 is asking, is there a Diaclone Purple Grimace Trailbreaker? Unfortunately, no. I think we've about exhausted the Trailbreakers. There's a blue hoist variant though that could still be made at some point. So like, very few of the Diaclones came out with only one colorway. Hound is notable for being among that group.
Some of them are very rare too.
Yeah. But like most of the Diaclones, there's a lot of colors to draw from collectively. So like there's plenty of depth to plumb for that if they want to keep making new characters. And as we talk about a lot on this show, like I for one am very happy to see like new characters be developed and incorporated back into G1. Like it keeps things interesting in this age of like it's 1984 forever. But that, maybe that's just me.
Yeah, not everything had like 7 different decos like the Honda City Turbo did.
Yeah. Well, of course they would do that for the best.
Yeah, and the only thing is, I don't think there was a lot. I don't think Argentina and the South American countries had a lot of color variations outside of the mini bots. I think that's where most of their color variations went. I don't remember any.
Well,
I
that's
don't,
like most of what's recorded for their toy releases is the mini vehicles.
Yeah,
If
like
they
Diaclone Black Tracks, I believe may have been like a European exclusive.
Finland, if I remember right, from like one store in Finland. If anyone wants to go and learn more about that, Maz on
Maz
the
is an
TF1
excellent
blog
source of info for
basically
all
has
Diaclone.
yeah, Maz basically has the definitive history of black tracks. So like definitely go search the TF1 blog that he writes. That article will be up there somewhere. I'm sorry I don't have more specific link to hand at the moment for that, but it's a very interesting read. Maz had a lot of content like that. I highly, highly recommend that if you're into like interesting and obscure toy history stuff. I certainly am.
Oh yeah.
All right, so moving along, we have some design notes on the Thunder Machine Soundwave G.I. Joe collab coming up from Ben McRae. So, like, there's no new pictures or anything, but Ben does go into some bullet points for the development of the toy. So, Zartan and Zarena are all new O-ring figures created based on the originals, but they updated them as needed, and they both will come on their own blister cards in the package, like Baroness did.
awesome. They'll be going on eBay as soon as I get Soundwave.
The Ravage that's included, he confirms, is the Masterpiece Ravage mold. It still transforms, of course, because it's the Masterpiece Ravage mold, and it is blue on purpose. Ben says that Ravage was supposed to be blue in G1, which is new knowledge on me, but
I know in Marvel G1, most, in old comics, most things that were black got colored as blue for, legibility.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's where like Gargoyle came from with the e-hobby stuff from the unused original color concept for Ravage, but like it, pretty much boils down to the same thing.
But yes, this would totally work as a masterpiece.
He says Soundwave has a functioning cassette door. Ravage fits inside, which means any Masterpiece cassette you have will fit inside Thunder Machine Soundwave. The rocket on the back is supposed to double as Soundwave sonic cannon. He also specifies the height is 10 inches, so like a commander, but not, actually a commander. And Ben also personally pushed really hard for the chain accessory. So if you have Baroness from his tank last year, you can recreate the comic cover that all that was inspired by.
Do we know more about who actually designed these now?
I don't think so.
Like, obviously Ben was involved, so Ben's marketing, of course. But it's not like it was just in a vacuum. Somebody did this without input from the Transformers team.
Right, exactly.
So it would be great if we could actually speak to the people that designed it to get more insight. So
I agree. If we get a conference call again in the near future and one of us attends it, it's something we should definitely bring up. The same as it was brought up in the last one. Like, we would like to talk to the team that does the kid-focused toy line stuff, or Spark, the Rise of the Beast mainline stuff. We'd like to get a chance to talk to them too. Like just finding out who worked on the designs, the design concepts for the collaborative figures would be great also.
We actually got the G1 Ravage toy released in blue, right? In one of those Japanese sets?
Yeah, Gargoyle.
Yeah.
Or Howlback, maybe, one of the two.
Wasn't Gargoyle the Laserbeak mold?
Maybe, so Howlback then.
I want to say there was a microchange blue version of Ravage as well. If there was not, I know that there were several knockoffs that were.
Yeah, I just kind of want the Masterpiece Ravage to be a
But
a generic Decepticon.
90PF and Jared are saying it's Howlback, which makes sense with the name.
Thank you, guys. And Panda Strong actually found what looks like an Instagram post with I guess, an original character model for Ravage, showing this blue and red coloration like the Thunder Machine Soundwave Ravage has. So there you go. Today we learned.
If this looks great, I mean, the Thunder Machine itself, I mentioned this before, it looks a little too clean. But, you know, what do you expect for this?
And you can always fix that.
The colors are a little too saturated. Like they should be dingier.
God, I hope that these get better. It would be really nice if I could like thin down my collection where I just collected these. And my collection would be like 5 pieces and I could call it a day.
Yeah, well, just wait until the collaborative Omega Supreme Defiant.
Oh God. Oh well, I mean, I'd rather have Skylinks.
Well, I mean, you know, we might wind up getting oh, never mind. I just completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Don is old and tired, everybody. It's okay.
Yeah. So, Legacy Bludgeon behind the scenes from Mark.
Ah, yes.
Does this make anybody feel any better?
I love the face sculpt.
The head sculpt is good. Unfortunately, the rest of it is Tarn.
Yeah.
That's sort of the problem here. It's Halloween Tarn.
They tried. They colored it, and I like it because of the colors in the head sculpt. So I'll buy it no matter what.
Okay. In complete fairness here, I would be better about this if they had completely changed the chest piece on this to be more specifically Bludgeon. You know, apparently what they have done with this is try to blend Tarn and Bludgeon into a single part to use for both toys, when I think they really should have had one chest plate each for the two characters. You know, that little detail by itself would make me a little bit better on what they've done here. It feels a little bit short-changed as is. The problem is, like, this mold is extremely posable, and it looks really good the way they've been presenting it in their photos as Bludgeon because of the extreme posing. And, like, that by itself kind of makes me want it, except for the shoulders, which are jointed backwards from how they should be. So that's actually a little bit limited. But, like, overall, it poses so well, and, like, that just feels so right for Bludgeon of all characters. I wish this was a better Bludgeon, because I do kind of want it, and I hate that I kind of want it. Will I buy it? Remains to be seen.
Yeah, I'm getting it, I guess. This Super 7 SDCC exclusive Super Cyborg Goodbye Megatron. The shirt is wonderful. I'm not gonna lie. I love the Goodbye Megatron shirt with the box art. But I don't know that I really get the Super Cyborg.
Ah, well, I understand this perfectly. You see, they have this mold for Super Cyborg Megatron, and they need to run it again to cut down their costs on it. And you see, there's another variant of Megatron that they haven't done yet.
Okay. I mean, so in that case, let's just do Megaplex and all the other stuff too.
Well, okay, so Megaplex is just the original eHobby Megaplex was the Megatron with blue parts, which was the normal Japanese release in G1. So, like, basically, this is Super Cyborg Megaplex, just by a different name. I believe it's supposed to. I believe it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Can I request Safety Megatron? Can we get Safety Megatron of this?
Yes. The thing is, though, if they haven't done that with Red yet, probably it's not going to be, Super Cyborg either, unfortunately. But yeah, I would love to see Safety Megatron colors make a comeback. The reissue
on any toy,
was.
really. Any toy would do.
Yeah, sure.
Except the Siege Earthrise mold, which is where we'll probably see it
No, it'll be that one. It'll be that one.
No, that color scheme would make me consider it.
We're terrible.
So let's see here. So is it gray? This Megatron gray then instead of the silver? It's not gray.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
It's not gray.
Yeah.
It's a little off. Like, it just seems, I don't know. But the shirt, did they have a picture of the shirt here?
There's another link with the picture of the shirt.
The shirt is pretty sweet.
Yeah, the shirt's pretty cool. There was also, it's not in the show notes because the website was broken at the time of putting the notes together. New Zealand Mint is doing another one of those non-currency coins,
Oh,
those
God.
silver coins. Starscream this time.
Mm.
I was going to put in the show notes to bother you with, but the site's CSS was broken, so you couldn't actually like see anything on the page.
One news item that we didn't capture in the show notes, Transformers Rise of the Beast went on streaming at home, like the dual in theater while still in theaters thing where you can buy it. But it's only like $20 or $25, so it wasn't that bad. I got it yesterday and I've actually watched it again. And
Still enjoy it?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I was watching Bumblebee again as well. So I don't think Rise of the Beast hits the same highs as Bumblebee, but overall it feels more like a Transformers movie. And
Okay.
but the thing is, I think Bumblebee looks better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that could make sense because for one thing, Rise of the Beast is a different production studio, I think, doing the visual effects. Also, there's just fewer robot characters in Bumblebee, so they could give more attention to each individual character
yeah.
that they might not have for Rise of the Beast.
Yeah. I mean, and there's so much going on. There's so many things going on, and yeah, to your point, in the movie, that yeah, but everything is crisp and clean and clear in Bumblebee. But yeah, it just feels more like what? It feels more like something that, like a realization of a G1 season 1 episode, sort of, with some modern sensibilities.
Okay.
I mean, it's not high art, but it's okay.
I mean, the Bumblebee movie feels, kind of like The Girl Who Loves Power Glide, but as a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, they both kind of have it going on.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Any other news or anything we want to mention before we jump to what we got this week?
Hasbro Pulse has opened up to the entirety of the EU today, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump to what we got this week. Let's start with Matt.
Okay. So I picked up a Marvel Legend for myself. So I picked up Chamber from Generation X. I was a Generation X collector as a teenager, and Chamber was my favorite out of the characters. Pretty good. Like really good face sculpt with the effect and everything of the just the energy furnace that is his chest and neck. Other than that, it is on the like the lower body is just the suit body with the feet that everybody has trouble standing. But other than that, I really like him. So Transformers related, I got myself another Scraphook.
Nice.
So, and I was at Target yesterday. So I picked up the last Origins Jazz they had,
Oh, cool.
Buzzworthy Bumblebee Jazz.
Clearance?
He was the last one and marked at like $17, I think.
You didn't get it before?
Not bad.
No, I got it yesterday. That's why I'm talking about it
Okay.
now, because it's what we got this week, Brian.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like you didn't say it was another one. I like that
No.
toy.
It's fine. Like I'm not in love with it. Like they're fine. But,
Hey, Mickey actually found me one at one of his local Targets for $12.49, and I assume for $12.49 I'm going to love it a lot.
I'd probably like it better if it cost me $12.49. Yes.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't do anything spectacular. It does feel like a little uncomfortable. Like I believe Dawn said, like getting some stuff in line to snap together. Like it could be a little smoother, but
he looks. They got closer than I ever thought they would to get that design that was on screen for all of maybe 5 seconds.
They nailed the look. I will give them that. It's good job. But yeah, that's it for me this week.
Yeah, just like Origins Bumblebee, it's kind of amazing like where they're at with the engineering that they can squeeze out the cartoon robot modes from those nonsense made up vehicle forms.
Yeah. Don, what about you? What'd you get?
Okay, got a eclectic mix again, like I always do.
Take a drink, everybody.
Got 2 of the last 3 figures I need for this set. I got Eric from the Dungeons and Dragons animated series, and I got the most important character so far. My character, the one I related to the most, Presto.
Is that a Transformer?
It transformed my wallets from full to empty.
But not back again.
Yeah.
Not back again. But so all I need is Sheila, and finally I will have a complete set of Dungeons and Dragons animated figures for first time in 40 plus years.
Nice.
Took advantage of a Amazon sale, tfredo.net/Amazon. Picked up Sergeant Stalker for like $16.
17.
Cool.
17, yeah. Didn't have him. From Hasbro, I got Shipwreck, one of my other favorite Joes.
Not with a window, unfortunately. It's
Unfortunately, and then I also got today my Arctic Bat.
Where'd
Only
that
got
come
one.
from?
That was Pulse as well.
Hey Don, what number is that?
69.
Nice.
And Transformer wise, I got Axle Grease.
Cool.
And I got my Legacy Senator Shockwave Optimus Prime 2-pack. Whereas, because last week I was a victim of the Amazon switch and ordered this and got Megatron Rat Bat.
You know what my solution to that problem was?
Not
From
ordering
Amazon?
them?
I canceled both my pre-orders.
Yeah. Well, I thought I had done that, but last week when I got the wrong one, I looked on Pulse and they were sold out. So I went to Amazon and ordered the Rat Bat, and then I got this one. So hopefully it's fixed, because if you look in my order history, the picture's changed. Whereas it showed previously that I ordered this set but got Rat Bat, it now shows I ordered Rat Bat then. So apparently it's fixed.
It does seem to have been corrected. Yesterday they flipped around the information on both listings, and someone did report yesterday morning having gotten the actual toy they ordered from one of those updated listings. So it does seem like the problem has finally been solved. Maybe in the US at least. We don't really know for the international Amazon equivalents. But at least in the US, if you order a Rat Bat and Megatron, you'll probably get that.
And that's all I got, because everything else is pending or delayed, even though it was showing in stock. Thanks, Walmart.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, me too.
Rob, what about you?
I got a fair amount of stuff. I got the first like non-robot Bandai model kits I've gotten in forever. I got the two main characters from Mobile Suit Gundam Witch from Mercury. The instructions warn you that their hairstyles are molded accurate to the show, and yes, they are both very pointy. But yeah, decent little kits, not bad at all. Also got so I got some DVDs or Blu-rays rather on Prime Day. They had a collection of like the first 5 Marx Brothers movies for $15. I got what the hell else did I get? I had pre-ordered Shin Ultraman, that showed up today. Oh yeah, I also grabbed the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons on Blu-ray, since they've done a new they did a new remaster of that the last couple of months. So
I haven't watched any of them yet.
Yeah, same here. I got it. I just didn't watch it.
Yeah. And the last thing I got myself was they had a set of Sennheiser headphones marked down from $200 to $80.
Which headset?
Ooh.
Wow.
The HD 599 SE.
Nice. That's a good headset.
Yeah,
For headphones.
And it sounds fantastic. The cups are soft and they're not made of
Wait,
plastic.
is that the closed or open version?
Open version?
Okay. Which they sound so good. Open sounds better, but you can't use it for like productivity when you're around people or anything, because it outside of your head.
Luckily, I do not seem to be feeding back into my microphone, so that's a good thing.
But you're using it now?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's working. That's weird. Okay.
But yeah, and just the It's not even a complaint. It's just something I have to get used to. Is that just like they just seem to like resonate slightly when I speak, which is just kind of weird to get used to because I did not have any headphones good enough to actually do that ever. Like,
Oh,
before.
right.
So, yeah, that's just there's just like I don't even know how to describe it. Just like a weird kind of like vibration when I talk. So, but I'm it's the first time I think I've ever bought myself like a decent set of headphones, and I'm really happy with them so far.
Cool. Maybe use your old headphones for next week, though.
Okay.
It scares me.
I would think it was going to be a problem. It would have been already.
I mean, no, it could absolutely be a problem if somebody's loud or something, and you wouldn't know it until it's actually in the mix.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Diecast. What about you?
Ooh. I got from a very nice person. I think it's Rob.
That was
I
me.
got Mr. Shazam, the McFarlane toy. McFarlane's doing a killer job with these toys, and Shazam looks so nice. And because it's a current movie, I always try and get the current movie characters. So actually I have to put up a shelf this weekend. That way I can put a couple of these movie figures on that shelf because I have them in boxes like this, and there's a couple that I'm like, Dad, they're definitely all going on that one shelf.
Yeah, those two movies were actually better than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
I like the second one better than the first, and I like the first one.
I haven't watched the second one yet.
So thank you so much, Rob.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Then I also got little Nemesis Prime, the little legend scale Prime. He was like $6 on Amazon. He was also on the Amazon's Prime Day sale, but I actually picked it up a couple days before that for the same price. And because of last week when Don got Studio Series 100 Bumblebee, and I found out that there was a newer painted face that looks a little bit better, because it's one of my favorite molds, favorite deluxe molds in a while, I had to go and order another one with the newer face. And it's funny, the old face sculpt, when you look at it, I guess it's the same sculpt, just more paint.
Yeah.
It makes Bumblebee look younger with the original paint job, and then the newer one, it makes him look a little older, a little bit more refined. It's weird. But like I said, it's one of my favorite molds recently, so I had no problem getting another one with the right face paint. And then last but not least, I got the Japan version Fans Toys Thomas, which is the full white and black shuttle, which I think looks great. So that's actually how I'm gonna display him in shuttle mode. That's why I picked up this color scheme.
Yeah, I've seen that on sale for about $199, and I would love to get it, but I've got the original version, and I haven't even opened it up yet. So because of that, but that's a great looking figure in those colors. I just don't need two of those at that price.
Yep. But that's all I got.
Chris, what'd you get?
Okay, so try and go in some kind of order here. I believe it was one of our Discord people, tfradio.net/Discord, who pointed out that Target had Studio Series Battle Trap on sale for like $30. So I put in an order for that, and Brian did too. He's holding one up right now. So not a great experience with this. Mine's a little bit misassembled. The right-hand side of the hood or chest doesn't sit right. The light bar has two of the same hinge, so that it won't fold up correctly in vehicle mode. And like probably some of it is to do with the misassemblies, but like the vehicle mode itself, besides just having a really not fun transformation process, like it does not hold together or square up very well for me. So I actually was going to try to exchange this for a not misassembled one. Target sold out of them. So I decided, okay, I will just try to get a refund for it and take it back to a store here at some point, or send it back if they'll give me a label. So I went in to do the refund process, and they gave me my refund and said, yeah, don't bother sending it back, because I was refunding it for being defective because it's misassembled. So I have a free defective battle
Oh,
trap.
cool.
Go me.
Nice.
I wish I liked it more than I did. I have an order in on Amazon now for another one that hopefully will come assembled correctly, and hopefully that will be a little bit more positive experience for me, because like visually I love Battle Trap's design. I love the heavy tow truck alternate mode. Like there's a lot about this that I want to like. Just the execution of the copy I have left me feeling a little bit cold, unfortunately. So hopefully that'll get better with the next copy whenever that comes in. Amazon's temporarily out of stock, but
I love it, but I've not transformed it. As a robot, I think it's fantastic.
yeah, maybe just stick with that then.
Yep.
Which again, it's a real shame though, because I love the vehicle mode they picked out for this.
Oh yeah.
If it worked better, I would be so happy with that.
I wish the ball. I wish the mace was on a chain.
Yeah, okay, so the problem with that is they included the
flail.
chain accessory with Studio Series Leader Optimus Primal.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they presented that in the stream, like you can connect the swords to the articulated chain flail piece that comes with it, but it's really intended to go with Battle Trap, just like the axe that Optimus Primal comes with is intended for the Studio Series 10 whatever Voyager Optimus Prime that's the Target exclusive coming up. They basically just, shoehorned in some extra accessories they couldn't fit with the individual toys, and so it's Leader Optimus Primal and small accessory pack, basically. Going on from that, I also had pre-ordered when the listings first went up from Amazon the Rat-Bat and Minor Megatron 2-pack. So naturally, last week when that got delivered, I got Orion Pax and Senator Shockwave instead. So I spent an hour on the support chat with Amazon between their automated system and an actual person trying to get some sort of resolution on that, which ended up being they could not have me send it back and replace it with the Rat-Bat and Megatron that I actually ordered. But they did tell me, okay, just keep it, we'll refund you, because if you try to send this back, it's going to be like a hassle because it's not the item that is listed on the order. So it's going to be like jumping through hoops. So they just gave me a no return refund on that to save everybody the problem.
Nice.
So I have that 2-pack in there, which I still have not opened because I never intended to get it anyway, but it's around and I will probably mess with it at some point. If you can't tell, this is going in order of least satisfying to most satisfying purchases over the last week, or things I received in the last week. So next up is Beachcomber, which I actually expected to have in time for last week's show, but no, FedEx decided to just sit on their hands with my package instead of delivering it the day early they said they were going to.
All right. I mean, I ordered it from Pulse last week and they still haven't shipped mine. So
my problem with this Beachcomber is that it's basically the same engineering as Power of the Prime's Beachcomber, but it's not as fun to transform.
I didn't care for the transformation.
Yeah, the robot mode on this looks fantastic. Absolutely, they nailed what Beachcomber looks like. It's great proportions. The articulation is very good on it. I love the way this robot mode looks. Transforming it is just not an enjoyable process for me. It's a little bit gummy in places.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit more force than I want to get things to tab the way they're supposed to. And honestly, I like the way the Power of the Prime's Beachcomber vehicle mode looks more than I like the way this one looks. Now, all that being said, will I buy this again if they do it in G2 colors?
Of course.
Yes, absolutely I will. I love Andy's Mint Beachcomber.
Yeah, it's just,
but
it's a little disappointing when you look down from the top and you see the gaps between the arm and the body. It's like it's not a solid kind of vehicle mode either.
Yeah, and I feel like the Power of the Primes one didn't have as many body panel gaps like that. Like, that's kind of my hang up with this. I've had the Power of the Primes one for a long time now. I loved that toy when it came out. I thought it was really, really good. And like, you would expect the deluxe would be able to at least live up to and match that, but this doesn't feel like it's really doing it. If I didn't ever have that Power of the Primes one, I would probably not really have any problem with how this one turned out. I just have like something to compare this to that I feel like is very distinctly better. And that's kind of, it may be unfair to this toy, but like, I still have a problem with it that way. The little parakeet thing is novel, I guess. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me in particular as an accessory. Right now I have it jammed onto the end of Beachcomber's gun, which he shouldn't even have. I got to thinking about this while I was waiting for it to get shipped. When I like, instead of a gun, they should have had that grill unfold out into like a metal detector or something. Like, lean into the Beachcomber name. Like, give him something, give him an accessory, but give him something, a little bit more passive like that actually fits the character.
Yeah.
And it's not even that good of a gun accessory too, because it really is just the grill piece of the dune buggy with a gun barrel and a handle stuck onto it. Like, it's not that good.
Chris, a lot of people when Beachcomber was announced was thinking we might be able to get the TriggerCon ruckus from this. Do you think that's possible after handling it in person?
I mean, I don't see why they couldn't. Like, they made crankcase out of skids, so like, obviously anything's on the table. I don't know that I necessarily think it would be good at that, but they certainly could try. I mean, I suppose with the way the arms work and, come from the back of the vehicle, like, there would be a way to get the TriggerCon guns probably to work for both modes. But like, I don't know if I would even want them to try to do that. Like, I'd rather have the G2 colors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
I mean, I could see him just, if they did it, and I think we talked about that before, I could just see them do it in the deco and not actually try to do the gimmick.
And then I got the highlight of this batch of toys, which is Legacy DevCon. Which, if you would have told me I would be this happy with a DevCon that was heavily retooled from a Blur, I would have looked at you extremely confusedly, because none of that sentence really makes sense to me in isolation. But like, this works so well for what they have done with this, and just to have this in hand and look at how the construction works, like, the parts of Blur that are left is the nylon part of the torso, the thighs, I think, and a little bit of the elbow structure. So like, there's hinges left over in the torso that don't do anything anymore because they're not for that purpose. Like, Blur had those panels that the shoulders would connect to widen the torso out, and then they would form part of the feet of the hover car mode. Those aren't there anymore, so those hinges just kind of exist and sort of like stabilize the new chest piece, I guess, that goes
Yes,
over all
they're
of that.
purely structural now.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they repurposed parts from that nylon sprue that they retained from Blur and made the new parts work all around it. Like, just from an engineering problem standpoint, this toy is really interesting, and like, the execution of it is just really, really good. It's got new like jet engine accessory parts that can peg on in various places, and the large cannon that can be a handgun, it can be an arm cannon, or it can be underslung under the nose of the spaceship mode. And like, we were talking about this some last week, I think, about how the colors came out, and they're pretty close to what DevCon looked like in the cartoon.
Mhm.
The shade of the blue is a little bit off, but I don't mind that because I really like the shade of blue that they actually used on the toy. The reds are very close though, and like, to get reds right in reproduction like that is very difficult. Red pigments are like really hard to work with on different materials. So all this red paint came out really nice. Even the red shade on the nylon parts, the robot feet, like, even that is surprisingly close to the quality of the red paint, even if it is a little bit more dull, as the nylon part is always going to be. You're never going to get the same vibrant colors out of nylon. But like, to have the arms just hanging off the side as the like engine pods from DevCon's cartoon model, like, I never would have expected a Blur to work this well as this character, but having it in hand and messing with it, like, I could not imagine them doing a better DevCon toy than this. It is so weird, but I'm like super happy with how this turned out.
Yeah, no, they got it right the first time. They don't need to try again.
Yes, please. We don't need that again.
Yeah.
we don't need a repeat anytime soon.
I posted this on Twitter last week, but this may not be my deluxe of the year in terms of doing something new, but it's probably the deluxe or the figure so far in recent memory that's maybe the happiest to get.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can agree with that. I was hoping to have Snarl this week because Pulse did charge me for that. They haven't shipped it yet. Hopefully I'll have that to talk about next week, but I believe that's everything I have to cover. Oh, one other minor thing I did just remember. Local Walmart has the Playmate Star Trek figures marked down to $5 each, so I finally picked up a con. I haven't opened
nice.
it, but I own one now.
Cool.
And that's all.
Let's see here. You mentioned, like you said, Battle Trap,
Mhm.
Beachcomber, and DevCon. I also got. I don't have a lot of thoughts on DevCon. I haven't really spent a lot of time with it. I haven't transformed it yet. Basically, none of these have I had time to transform.
DevCon's a good transformation experience.
DevCon is exactly what DevCon needed to be.
Yes.
For whatever reason, I kind of visualized it of not this specific toy, but like a DevCon toy being a little larger.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see where you'd come from on that. Like, I think this pairs well with the smokescreen we have, though.
Yeah. So while I'm, I'll explain this in a second, but I am skimming a seller's feedback on eBay before I talk about the toy.
What are you buying?
No, something I bought that I want to talk about.
Okay.
But I'm just checking to see if anybody else had this issue.
Okay.
Let me just move ahead. So I got Leader Snarl.
Nice.
Very nice. I don't know if I don't know if he's my favorite, but no
He
issues.
He's your favorite.
No issues that like I had with Sludge.
Yeah, he's definitely a step or two up above the issue than Sludge.
Yeah.
Which hurts me to say that, but it's true.
From Amazon Japan, I got Voyager Optimus Primal from Rise of the Beasts. It took way longer to ship than it should have. It didn't ship EMS. It shipped some other. It didn't ship EMS or DHL. It shipped some other service. It's okay. I got it less than. Even with shipping out of Japan, I got it less than for what it goes for on eBay. So
Interesting.
yeah. Core class swoop.
You're holding it off camera.
Holding it off
Okay.
camera, which yeah. As I'm
It's
going,
an audio podcast.
yeah,
it's
as I'm
fine.
going through
Yeah.
my box of stuff. Junk heap.
Rub
not
it
junk
against
heap,
the microphone. That'll be.
Yeah, there you go.
Axle grease. I haven't had a chance to transformer, so. Dirge. This was like a pre-order arrival week. Diecast stepped away, but I wanted to comment on something he said last week about Dion and Ariel.
Yeah.
So yeah, the arms fall off clearly on Dion.
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah, they sure do.
Well,
But Diecast,
Brian's Dion is completely disarmed for the context of our audio audience.
yeah. But I think Diecast used the word fragile for Ariel. That's exactly how I would describe her. I'm afraid to touch it. Like, I don't know if it's the mold or like when they do these separate issues that like they do something different with the plastic, but she just feels off.
Now, like I said last week, I never messed with the RC, but the Road Rocket I got off of that RC mold and that Ariel feel the same to me. They both just feel really, really fragile.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
I
also
thought,
their thin
I thought
pieces.
my Road Rocket felt delicate too.
Yeah, it especially in the big strut parts of the legs that are all nylon plastic.
That's interesting because I thought Road Rocket actually felt pretty good.
Also on my Road Rocket, the front of the motorcycle tended to fall off the back a fair bit, but
Oh, but I think every instance of that mold is like that.
fair.
Let's see here. Core class Scar, pardon me.
Scarl.
Scarl. What? It's not Weaponizer. It's not core class. The little gun Optimus Primal.
Battlemaster?
Battlemaster. Sorry, I couldn't think.
Yeah.
I like it. pretty
doesn't
good
help
toy.
that at my Walmart they decided to stock all of those Battle Masters on the core class pegs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in Shipwreck and Arctic Bat came. Arctic Bat is pretty nice. Nice. And anniversary gift. Kim was like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll buy myself some Transformers." So, box. The box is rough, but Target Master Cup. I'm filling in gaps of stuff I don't have.
Oh, nice.
So, I have my vintage toy. My vintage cup feels really rough. I mean, it looks okay, but this feels so much better in hand. I've got a mint and box cup from Japan that I don't know that I've even opened it, but this feels so good and smooth. I am very pleased with it.
How rough is the box? It looked pretty decent from the little bit we could see at the front.
There's no window. It's
Ah.
So.
Oh yeah, I see.
And Rob was talking about kickback with his symbols close to each other. It made me think of Ransack, which is my first Deluxe Insecticon in the chest. There are Decepticon symbols immediately beside of each other.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
I don't know, but yeah. I mean, so this one, the one on the box,
Yeah.
The rub sign is where the stickered one is here. So I don't know if that was intentional or not. Don, also one thing I wanted to mention about Cup, the sticker on it is from Service Merchandise.
Ah,
Nice.
Awesome. How much was that, Brian?
It was originally $10.97.
$10.97. Yep, that sounds
Oh,
right.
nice.
yeah. Actually, Don, come to think of it, my Beast Wars Fuser Silverbolt I got from a Service Merchandise.
Seeing that tag makes me feel so nostalgic.
The last thing I got, it's not a hole, but it's something I wanted. I already have the toy, but I wanted it boxed. And the box is a little rough, but a G1 Metroplex.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
So
Very nice.
Yeah, it's complete and everything. It has like the movie poster and stuff in it.
Oh,
But-
sweet. I wasn't sure if that was the movie poster or the patch, but I think the patch
It's
just
the-
came on
it's
the
the movie
mini
poster.
box.
But I
Okay,
was
so
look- go ahead.
go ahead and finish. I'll ask the question.
Go ahead. Ask.
Well, this might spin off into a discussion, so I want you to finish what you were saying first.
So I said I was looking up feedback on eBay. So I saw two things. I saw two. And I'm not going to mention eBay seller. I saw two bits of one thing that was consistent. A lot of people mentioned that the seller put it in a box that was too small. Very much the case with this. Like it was squeezed in the box, which don't do that with vintage toys, dude.
No.
But he did. But it was very inexpensive compared to other toys. But the thing I had forgotten about until I opened the trash bin this evening to take trash out, where I had put the shipping box in, it smells strongly of pot. It reeks of it. And I had forgotten that was even the case. And like I said, opened up the trash bin and woof, it came out again. So it's kind of funny because last week I was looking at Mandarake and there was a Brave Max in the box from Car Robots at a super cheap price. But it said it stank of cigarettes. And I'm like, I skipped it because of that. The eBay seller didn't tell me that his toy stinks of pot. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have got.
On advice of counsel, he took the Fifth Amendment on that so as not to incriminate himself.
Yeah. So like I'm letting it air out. But the shipping box was bad. So go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, so am I weird in this, or like, do you guys feel like maybe with the vintage stuff, it's actually maybe a little preferable to have a slightly dinged up, slightly like shelf-worn box for an in-box specimen, like just to kind of demonstrate and prove the age of the figure? Like, it feels more like a genuine thing if there is some visible, like, I don't want to call it deterioration, but like just, proof of its existence, that it's not like, this brand new thing that just rolled out. Like, I understand wanting like pristine copies, but the worn corners and a little crease here and there just makes me feel like, yeah, this is a real thing.
Whenever I say pristine G1, I automatically assume, and it usually is, a Chinese knockoff.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
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 Back when I used to sell my dad's Silver Age Marvel comics on eBay, he used to buy them at a local drugstore that would actually stamp the covers with the date you were supposed to take them off the shelves and return them. So, like, every comic I sold had a like date in the early 1960s on it.
You know, but there's certain things that don't necessarily detract from the value so much. Like if it was like an Avengers #4 or something, and it was like it would be otherwise like a 9.5 copy, that would bring it down. But like me looking for like the price sticker on a box or something, to me that adds a quality to it rather than takes it away. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's provenance.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of his comics were in as good enough shape for it to really matter too much about the value. I still underpriced those horrendously,
Just to
but,
unload them.
just because I didn't know any better, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
before there started to be Marvel movies. When I should have,
Oh,
if I had known this was going to happen, I would have held those for about 5 years.
yeah.
But, that is life.
But yeah, just looking at your Metroplex box while you're talking about it, it's like, yeah, like to me that's a good example of a box Metroplex. It looks like it's been around a little bit. It looks like it's from the time it came from. Like that's just what I would be looking for in a weird way. And it's just like, am I odd for that?
Yeah.
There's also the thing like, what if I drop it and ding up the edge?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, well, that's the vintage Black Zarek debate too, right there.
Yeah.
What if I drop it and suddenly all I own is a box of gold glitter?
Yep.
With this, it's better. It's like it's intact for the most part.
Yeah.
Like my boxed Optimus Prime has a flap ripped off, and I have to, I have to display it a certain way because it has to be because you can easily see that there's a flap. I kind of want to fill in that hole and get another one eventually.
Yeah. Definitely. That's like that's going like steps too far. But just worn corners, a crease, especially if there's a price tag on it, that's even better. But like just the little signs of shelfware that like this sat somewhere, someone owned this, it's been around the block. Like it just feels more right to me. It's a thing I don't even really think I thought about until I looked at that box. And and the Black Zarek gold glitter thing too is like one of my favorite conversations I remember having when John was still here week to week, and I was talking about like the responsibility of basically being the custodian of like rare vintage toys, and how like half of us did not even want that responsibility in our lives.
Yeah, like a boxed Black Zarek is not cheap.
Nope.
But it is not as expensive as, say, a boxed Grandis or something like that. Like, it is conceivable that I could put money aside and pick one of those up.
Mm-hmm.
If I did, I would look at it once, never look at it again.
Yeah. Thank you for indulging me on that little trip.
I would not, even though it'd be cheaper, I would not get a loose Black Zarek. It would have to, I would have to have it in the box with the styrofoam.
Yeah.
So, tfradio.net/credits. That's where you can see our patrons at the touch tier. All patrons of Radio Free Cybertron get an ad-free version of the show a day early. You get higher bit rate. Everybody gets to go to our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord, but patrons get like a nice little flag or color change of their name. So
as long as their Discord account and their Patreon account
connected.
are linked.
But patrons at the touch tier get to be on History on the 5 with Rob, and you also get to be mentioned on the show each week, and you get to be listed at tfradio.net/credits. We appreciate that. So I want to thank everybody who is a patron at that tier. Kevin Dorsey, AJ, Eric Griffin, Tyrell Gwynn, Rick Mahurin, Ryan Bona, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Hector Bones, Ness, Joey Russell, Sean Williamson, Spider Bob, Jay Klein Rye, Sean Hamilton, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, who saw Rise of the Beast in the theaters 9 times.
Wow.
Yeah, Jason Hiley, TJ Petrucci, Hyper Shouta, and Brock Brandt. Thank you all so much. You are awesome. Again, if you want to be a patron of Radio Free Cybertron and be an RSC superfan, go to patreon.com/tfradio. Let's see here. I just today posted Not to our Patreon because I don't mix the non-Transformer stuff in with our Patreon, but I posted a new episode of RPG Lessons Learned. I'm gonna have a new episode I think now for like the next 5 weeks. Dusty's recorded several, so those will be up. Dusty also edits and does everything. All I have to do is let it fly. So thank you, Dusty.
Oh, that's way easier.
Yeah, it's way easier. So that is up. We are on Threads, even though we're not using it really that much yet. But that's at threads.net/@TFpodcast. I'm on Threads. I've been using it a little bit at Brian Kilby, BrianKilby. You can find all of our stuff, though, at tfradio.net. Most of my stuff is at briankilby.com. John DeLuna, who was on the show last week, but not here this week, he is at that John D everywhere. And it's really good to hear John. I love listening to John on the show.
We were trying to bully him into being on more often.
He needs to be on more often. That would be great. Rob Springer, not here. He is at Rob Springer on Twitter and at zonebase.org. And I believe last week week before last, we had posted a new episode of Transform Squadron. So that's still up there. Chris, Discord.
Yes, I certainly am in our Discord at tfradio.net/Discord. As I alluded to many times earlier in this episode alone, when like news comes out in between podcast recording, like we'll be talking about it in there like most of the day sometimes. We had a lot of discourse on the masterpieces when the stock photos dropped on that. I love talking to our Discord community. They're a great bunch of people.
They are.
We have nice little conversations about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I plug our Star Trek channel every week at this time because the new episode's about to come out, and I'm really excited for it.
I'm going to get up early this morning, I think, and watch it. Then I'll post my thoughts in the spoiler chat. The Star Trek
I still haven't watched last week's episode yet.
So last week's episode, I think, might have been the weak point of the season so far, but it was not a bad episode. Yeah, I want to stress that. I won't get to watch the episode until dinner time tomorrow, but it's fine. I avoid our spoiler chat until after I've watched the episode on Thursday.
So our pal Chris Triplett just finished Star Trek Discovery Season 2, which I implored him to do so that he could watch that before watching Strange New Worlds.
What do you think?
He loved it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Is he a fan of Pike now, like the rest of us are?
Yes, of course.
Good. As all good people should be.
Yeah.
Anyway, for social media purposes, I'm Chris RTXV on Mastodon.social. I'm also on the co-host platform as Chris RTXV, but I don't think anybody's really trying to use that at this point. But I just kind of have it because it's closer to being a Tumblr clone than a Twitter clone, but it has more features for like actual content sharing.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to Mastodon in that there's not like any algorithm driving it. So like you build your follower base and everybody gets to actually see the stuff you post because they're following you and they want to see the stuff you post. You don't have to fight against like latest versus top post rankings and anything like that. For as much as I'm doing anything on social media, Mastodon's more what I'm paying attention to. So if you followed me on Twitter, find me over there, follow me. I'm doing pretty good at following back when I'm discovering people, trying to rebuild what I had on Twitter, because even though old TweetDeck came back and I'm paying a little bit of attention to that, I don't think that's going to last very long because new TweetDeck's going behind paywall at the end of the month, and I'm not paying this Twitter money for that form of TweetDeck. Like in no circumstance.
So on Twitter, just mentioned going back, Comet Zombie at Comet Zombie, no E at the end, said there's a Star Wars HasLab debuting at San Diego Comic-Con. It sounds like that'll be interesting. So
okay,
and
wonder if this one will fund.
No,
we'll see. But they chimed in on the Crazy Legs thing, and they pointed out, and I knew this, but it's not exactly the same, that Cobra Commander was previously released at retail. That came with HasLab Hiss, but there's
it was released at retail first, though.
Yeah. But Yak Face from the Sail Barge is apparently re-released to mainline on a different card back. That I didn't know, and that is good information. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Anyway, you can find the stuff I've done on the internet at playwithphotography.com. And if you want to do random acts of kindness for me, I have a wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist, which, like all of our Amazon links, is part of the Amazon affiliate program and also contributes to keeping the show going, besides just making me happy because I get stuff in the mail.
Cool. Okay. Donald.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR. I also have an Amazon wish list if you would like to take a look at it. tfradio.net/Don list.
Yay, you got it.
And
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row,
New
yes.
record.
Josh Wheeljack64 saying that was a new mold in the HasLab. I thought it was.
The cover commander, yeah.
I thought it was the old one.
Oh.
Well, okay, but still, either way, it doesn't
Yak
impact.
face, though.
Yeah, it doesn't impact the thing because but the yak face is the germane topic. So, okay, Donald, sorry, you done?
Yeah, that's all. That's the only place I can be reached at for now until Twitter implodes.
And at tfradio.net/Don list.
Yeah, he got that.
Oh, okay.
We praised
sorry.
him for getting it right.
I'm sorry, I was reading that tweet.
Yeah, you were reading Discord.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, diecast.
You're muted, Diecast.
You can find me on Twitter still till it implodes, because I'm loyal and I'll stay till the end. I'm a good friend. TF Radio or at Diecast2 on Twitter. And then you can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. And you can see my reviews at youtube.com/RFC Reviews or tfradio.net/reviews. And I also have an Amazon wish list. It's my birthday as of this recording in 10 days. So that is tfradio.net/diecast list. Helps the show, helps me, and it's much appreciated. Makes me smile.
Diecast,
Your basement isn't full enough yet.
So, speaking of that, Kim, my wife, sent Diecast a house that has a building that's the size of a house adjacent to it that he could put his entire car collection and toy collection in.
Ooh.
You should buy
I
that.
I think most people call that a garage.
So it has a garage and a detached garage.
Oh, wow.
It's huge.
Okay.
Diecast, and
Wow.
you diecast, you need it. It's not that expensive. It's within your budget. You need that house. He's not going to bite. Okay. Rob.
Okay. I am back on Twitter for the moment at Rob Flails. I will stay probably till the water is at least up to my knees. But practically when TweetDeck goes to the new model and or for pay only, I'm out. When I figure out where else I'm setting up shop, I will mention it. But until then, come find me on YouTube at Flailthroughs. It's where I cover Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the most part, which is nearing its 5th anniversary. Which is going to make 11 years I've been covering that series. Holy crap! But
Wow.
new mobile suit every week. If I get it, I show it off. If I don't, I describe it at least so you know what you're looking for. And if you like what I'm doing over there, patreon.com/flailthroughs, you can throw money at me for it. And if you'd rather, throw solid objects in my general direction, I also have the Amazon list at tfradio.net/claylist.
Cool. Okay. Did I get everybody?
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
done. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Night, folks.
Good night.
Hey, people watching live, I'm going to kill the stream. Because I need
Recording
to jump
stopped.
off. So let's see here. People on Twitch.
See you next week on Thursday, everybody.
Yeah. See you on Thursdays. Twitch. Bye. Facebook. Bye.
We said goodnight, and damn it, we mean it.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. And YouTube, you take an extra second because I have to jump through hoops.
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Bye, YouTube. Okay.